Hey everyone, welcome back to Dr. English. I'm Jack, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Lisa. How's it going, Lisa?
Oh, hey, Jack. It's going great. Although, I have to say, after our last episode about pizza, I've been thinking about food nonstop. I think my brain is just 90% cheese and tomato sauce at this point.
Honestly, same. But it made me realize that while pizza is great for a casual night in, there's a whole different world of English we need to use when we actually go, out to a sit down restaurant.
Oh, absolutely. Dining out is it's a performance, right? There's a specific script you follow from the moment you walk in the door until you leave. And if you aren't familiar with American restaurant culture, it can be, well, a little overwhelming.
It really can. So today, we are going to walk through the entire experience. We're talking about making reservations, talking to the host, understanding the menu, and of course, the complicated world of American tipping.
Ooh, yeah, we definitely need to spend some time on tipping. It's the number one thing that confuses my students.
For sure. So let's start at the very beginning, before you even leave your house. Lisa, do you usually just show up at a restaurant or do you call ahead?
It depends on the place, but if it's a Friday or Saturday night, you almost have to make a reservation.
Right, a reservation. That's your booked time. Now, culturally, Americans are using apps like OpenTable or Resy more and more, but you still might need to call.
Yeah, and calling is great for English practice. When you call, you'd say something like, "Hi, I'd like to make a reservation for a party of 4, please."
A party of 4. That's a good phrase. In this context, party doesn't mean balloons and cake. It just means your group of people.
Right, and they'll ask what time and under what name. Oh, and here is a very American thing. Sometimes if they are busy, they'll say, "We don't have anything at 7, but we can squeeze you in at 8:30."
Squeeze you in. I love that. It means they are very full, but they found a small space for you. It's like pushing things together to make room.
Exactly. Okay, so fast forward, we've arrived at the restaurant. We walk in, and the first person we see is usually standing behind a little podium.
That's the host or the hostess, and their job is to seat you.
Right. They'll usually ask, "Hi, do you have a reservation?" or "How many in your party?" If you don't have a reservation, they might tell you it's going to be about a 20-minute wait.
And in America, if there's a wait, they might give you a little plastic thing that buzzes. We call that a pager or a buzzer. Or more commonly now, they'll just take your phone number and text you when the table's ready.
I much prefer the text. It means I can go walk around or, grab a drink at the bar while I wait.
Totally. Now, when they are ready, they'll say, "Follow me," and they lead you to your table. They'll hand you the menus and say, "Your server will be with you shortly."
Server, that's the gender-neutral term we use now for a waiter or waitress. And Jack, let's talk about the water, because this is a huge cultural thing.
Oh, the water. Okay, so in many countries, if you want water, you have to ask for it, and you usually have to pay for a bottle.
But in the US, as soon as your butt hits the chair almost, someone is there pouring cold water into your glass with lots of ice.
So much ice. It's free, it's automatic, and they will keep refilling it until you're basically drowning.
It's true. If your water glass is even half empty, a good server will swoop in and refill it. You don't even have to ask.
It's a sign of good service here. Okay, so the server comes over. They usually start with a greeting. "Hi guys, I'm Jack. I'll be taking care of you tonight. Can I start you off with something to drink?"
Can I start you off? That's the standard opening line. They're looking for your drink order or maybe an appetizer.
Or apps for short.
Yeah, do you guys want to start with any apps? Now, Jack, if I'm not ready, if I'm still looking at the menu, what should I say? I don't want to be rude.
Oh, just say, "Could we have a few more minutes, please?" Or "We're still deciding." It's totally fine. They're used to it.
Okay, good. So let's look at the menu. It's usually broken down into sections: appetizers, entrees, and desserts.
Now, here's a confusing word. Entrée. Entree.
Yes, in French, an entree is the starter, the small dish. But in American English, for some reason, it's the main course, the big plate.
It makes no sense, but that's the way it is. If you see entrees on an American menu, that's your steak, your pasta, your big meal.
So don't order 3 entrees thinking they're small snacks, or you will have enough food to feed an army.
Definitely. Now, when the server comes back to take the order, they might use some specific vocabulary if you order something like a steak.
Right. They'll ask, how would you like that cooked? Or how would you like that done?
And you need to know your levels. You've got rare, medium, medium well, and well done.
Most chefs will tell you medium rare is the way to go. That's pink in the middle but warm. Well done is, well, it's basically a piece of leather.
Hey, some people like the leather. No judgment here. Okay, what about sides?
Oh, yeah, a lot of entrees come with sides. The server might say, that comes with your choice of 2 sides. We have mashed potatoes, steamed veggies, or a side salad.
And if you want to change something, like you want fries instead of veggies, we call that a substitution.
Can I sub the veggies for fries? Americans love to customize their orders. It's very common to change things. Can I have the sauce on the side?
On the side. That's a golden phrase for English learners. If you aren't sure if you'll like a dressing or a sauce, just ask for it on the side.
I'll have the Caesar salad, but can I get the dressing on the side? Perfect.
Okay, so we've ordered, now we wait. And while we wait, Lisa, let's talk about the atmosphere. In American restaurants, the server checks on you a lot.
Oh my gosh, yes. Some people find it annoying if they're not used to it. They'll come by and say, how are those first couple of bites tasting? Or, is everything coming out okay?
They always seem to ask right when you have a giant piece of food in your mouth, too.
Every time. You just have to give them a thumbs up or a nod because you can't speak.
Exactly. But again, that's the culture. In the US, the server's income depends on their tips, so they want to make sure you have everything you need. They're being proactive.
Proactive, that's a good word. It means they're acting before there's a problem. They don't want you to have to wave your hand to get their attention.
Speaking of waving your hand, don't do that.
Yeah. Culturally, snapping your fingers or waving aggressively at a server is considered very rude in the US.
Very rude. If you need something, just try to make eye contact when they walk past, or a very small hand gesture. But usually, they'll be back at your table within 5 minutes anyway.
Okay, so we finished our meal, we're full, the server comes by and asks, are you still working on that?
Still working on that? It sounds like eating is a job, but it just means are you finished or are you still eating?
If you're done, you say, yes, I'm all set, thank you.
I'm all set. Another great idiom. It just means I'm finished or I don't need anything else.
Now, what if you have food left? American portions are, well, they're huge.
They are massive. It is very common. In fact, it's expected that you might take some food home. You just ask, can I get a to-go box?
Or, could you wrap this up for me?
In some fancy places, they'll take your plate to the kitchen and wrap it up. In more casual places, they'll just bring you a plastic container and you do it yourself.
And we call that a doggy bag sometimes?
Yeah, though we don't say doggy bag as much to the server anymore. We usually just say box or container.
Got it. Okay, now we get to the big one, the moment of truth, the check or the bill.
In the US, we usually say the check. Could we get the check, please?
Now, Jack, explain the tipping, please, for everyone's sake.
Okay, deep breath. In the United States, the price you see on the menu is not the final price you pay.
Right. First, there is sales tax. That gets added at the end. It depends on the state, but it's usually around 7 to 10%.
And then there is the tip, or the gratuity.
This is money you give directly to the server for their service. And in the US, it is not optional. Well, technically it is, but it's socially mandatory.
Exactly. Most servers in the US make a very low hourly wage, sometimes only $2 or $3 an hour. The rest of their income comes from tips.
So what is the standard percentage?
Nowadays, 18% is the minimum for decent service. 20% is the standard for good service. If they were amazing, you might go up to 22 or 25%.
Wow. So if my bill is $100, I should really be paying $120.
Exactly. If you leave nothing or if you only leave 5%, the server will be very upset. They might even think they did something wrong.
It's a lot to calculate.
It is, but most receipts now actually have the math done for you at the bottom. They'll show you what 18, 20, and 25% looks like.
That is so helpful. Okay, what about splitting the bill? If I'm out with 3 friends and we all want to pay for our own food.
You can do that. You just ask the server, can we split the check?
Should you ask that at the beginning or the end?
Oh, great question. Culturally, it is much nicer to ask at the beginning, "Hey, just so you know, we're going to be on separate checks tonight." It makes the server's life much easier.
That makes sense. They can keep everything organized in their computer from the start.
Exactly. Now, Lisa, let's do a little practice, a little role play to put all this together.
I'm ready. I'll be the server this time. You are the customer.
Perfect. Okay, I'm sitting down, the water has been poured, and you are walking up to the table.
Hi there. Welcome to the Green Olive. My name's Lisa, and I'll be your server today. Can I start you off with something to drink besides water?
Hi Lisa. Yeah, could I get a large iced tea, please, unsweetened?
You got it. Coming right up. Are you ready to order, or do you need another minute with the menu?
Actually, I think I'm ready. Could I get the grilled salmon?
Excellent choice. That comes with a choice of 2 sides. Today we have garlic mashed potatoes, sautéed spinach, or a garden salad.
I'll do the spinach, and can I substitute the potatoes for some extra spinach? I'm trying to go low carb.
Of course. Double spinach, no problem. And would you like any appetizers to start?
No, I'm all set for now. Thank you.
Okay, skip forward. I've eaten my salmon and my mountains of spinach.
Okay, so how is everything? Can I interest you in some dessert? We have a really great flourless chocolate cake.
Oh man, that sounds amazing, but I am stuffed. I think I'll just take the check whenever you're ready.
No problem at all. I'll bring that right out. Do you need a box for the rest of that salmon?
Yes, please. That would be great.
You got it.
And scene.
That was a very smooth interaction, Jack. You were a great customer.
Well, I've had a lot of practice, but did you notice the word stuffed?
Yes, I am stuffed. It means I am very, very full. I cannot eat another bite.
It's a very common, casual way to say you're full. Much more common than saying I am satiated or something formal like that.
Definitely. Now, Jack, before we wrap up, there are a few other little cultural things I want to mention.
Go for it.
One is free refills.
Oh yes, this is very American.
If you order a soda, an iced tea, or drip coffee, you usually only pay for the first one. After that, the refills are free and unlimited.
It's amazing. If you are a fast drinker, you can have 5 Cokes and it only costs you $3. Your doctor might not be happy, but your wallet will be.
Exactly, but it doesn't apply to fancy drinks, so no free refills on lattes or smoothies or, obviously, alcohol.
Right. Don't go in expecting free refills on beer. That would be a very different kind of restaurant.
The other thing is the speed of the meal. In some countries, like in Europe, you might stay at a restaurant for 3 hours. The server leaves you alone because they don't want to rush you.
But in the US, it's a bit faster.
Yeah, once you finish your food, they bring the check pretty quickly. It's not because they're being rude, it's just that they want to turn the table.
Turn the table. That means they want to get a new customer sitting there so they can make more money.
So if you're finished and you've paid the check, it's usually polite to leave within 15 or 20 minutes so someone else can sit down.
Especially if there's a line of people waiting at the door. You don't want to be the person camping out at the table.
Camping out. I love that. Like you've set up a tent and you're never leaving.
Exactly. Okay, so we've covered a lot today. Reservations, hosts, entrees, substitutions, tipping, and free refills.
It's a lot to digest.
Nice one. So for our listeners, next time you go to an English-speaking restaurant, try to use one of these phrases. Ask for a to-go box or ask to sub aside.
And remember, it's okay to ask questions. If you don't know what a word on the menu means, just ask the server, what is in this dish, or how is this prepared?
They are there to help you. It's literally their job.
Well, Jack, I think that's our 20 minutes. I'm actually even hungrier now than when we started. I might need to go find some grilled salmon.
And I'm going for that flourless chocolate cake.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. And thank you all for listening to episode 5 of Dr. English.
If you found this helpful, please leave us a review or a comment. We love hearing from you.
And don't forget to check the show notes for a full list of the vocabulary and idioms we used today.
Until next time, keep practicing.
Bye, everyone.